Hello, good evening, wherever you are, what time it is in the world. I'm Boy Wonder, and this is a breakdown-ish of my first steps using MiniMax H3 video creation in Krea AI. I am a creative partner with them. So let's start with the actual video, and then we'll go through the sort of concepts and that and what happened. So I'll just play this. There you go. So that is the finished video, and I'll run you through what happened in making it. It took me about a day. I didn't have a massively concrete idea of what I wanted to do. I had an idea for this. Right, so I was going to make this video of sort of guardian animals in a hospital in England, the UK, or Ireland, wherever I exist in the world, nearby. That's what I was going to say. So it's basically like an NHS, National Health Service looking hospital, and I wanted it to look like this, and I wanted this unicorn to be involved somewhere along the lines. And then I got lost in Krea 2 image creation, as is my wont, and I ended up making a mood board and some other images that have no relation whatsoever to the hospital. And I got lost in this, and I started making some sort of more psychedelic looking videos, which were like this.
请注意.
Right. So that is the audio that MiniMax H3 has applied to that video. So this was the psychedelic bit, and what I did was, this is Nano Banana, which is so the original image was this, and I went into Nano Banana, and I was going to have this idea of loads of different styles, the same shot, and applying different styles to it, which I ended up doing just once or twice in the video. And so in Nano Banana, I put a prompt along the lines of change all the materials, the style, to Renaissance artwork, and it gave me this. So this, it's pretty cool. And I just got lost doing this. Started, I'll change all the styles of all the images I've ever made, which happened. And I got on to that, and I got lost, forgot about the hospital, and I ended up making this kind of weird little psychedelic world. And I had the idea of it being like a detective agency, and then it turned into guardians that lived here and then got in a lift and went down to the real world and walked through hospitals caring for people. I got a bit lost just making that. These are retextured with Nano Banana of that kind of look, which is really cool. I made this mood board for these images. I'll put a link. I'll give you the link for the mood board if you're using Krea. This was my first proper go with MiniMax H3, and what I did was, with the hospital thing, I found at first Krea wasn't holding, MiniMax H3 was, you made a video and it changed shot, it wasn't holding consistency, so it would cut from one shot to another and it would look like a completely different video. So I had the idea of making these Bibles. These were in ChatGPT. You can make them in Nano Banana. This was the only time I came out of Krea to do anything, was to make these, and I could have done it in Krea with Nano Banana. I just didn't realise at the time. And I've got a free month with ChatGPT, so I thought I'd use it. And so I had this world that was kind of English town, city, where these guardian animals live. And it's really nice. I just thought it's quite a moving concept. I've spent quite a lot of time in hospitals as a visitor over the past few years. When your parents get older and pass away, and it's part of it, and it's part of my psychology now, is thinking about, it's in the back of my head, people in hospitals, some of them not getting visitors for whatever reason. And I thought these animals could be like guardians of the hospital in such of this, in this kind of style. Which is really nice. I just think that's really moving, and MiniMax did a great job there. I didn't want to make a short film video. I just wanted to have a go and mess around. I'm not too interested in making film narrative things. I think leave it to the people who are good at that and have had, the 100 years or so of cinematic development to get on with that. So I'm more interested in making sort of abstract things for video, mixing audio and video of music I've made. So this was interesting. So I'll show you this bit of the video. Let's go back to the end. I think it's near the end. Yeah, I think so. Okay, here, and it's from this owl. This owl landing. And then taking off, flying out of shot, and then you follow it, the camera moves away into the house, finishes on this Krea 2 book, and so the shot guide for that is here. Like I said, I did this in ChatGPT. You could do this in Nano Banana, absolutely no problem. So you wouldn't have to move out of Krea platform to do this. So this is what it did, I spoke to ChatGPT and asked it to give me a sort of breakdown movement shot that I can feed into MiniMax H3 to come up with this shot. This I gave as a reference to MiniMax and also did a prompt that kind of mirrored it. So it's got all those things in. Follow the owl. It's a 12-second shot, I think it is. And we go down to, let me get this, through, owl flies away, into the street, into the house, finish on the book. And that's pretty much what it did. And I did a few of these. That's a duplicate. Have I got any more in this? Is that the same? I've loaded 3 duplicates. Anyway, I did a few of these and they came out pretty well. It follows your instructions pretty well. I didn't have to do too many re-rolls doing this. So it no longer feels like you're playing a slot machine or, you know, putting coins in until you get the right thing. It's starting to follow it pretty well. MiniMax H3 is a fair bit cheaper than Dance. You can do loads of things with it. This is by no means showing you everything it can do. Its output to audio is interesting. It's not, you know, perfect, and none of it is at the moment. So I thought I'd put some music in, which I made myself, a little house music track, and there's a few little things. So I'll show you. The hospital I have from Epidemic Sounds, a few little sound effects from hospital, but there's also mixed in with the output of H3. That is the H3 sound, and then music comes back in. There we go. Fantastic. So that's it really. I thought I'd just break it down rather than it looking like I'd just thrown it together. It's really interesting where video's going. It is pricey though. I know there's some open source models. This is open source, but you've got to have, you know, super graphics cards, and at Krea it's pretty affordable, particularly if you're doing a little paid work. But yeah, I'm really happy with it. And the idea was it finishes where it ends. So it does loop. So we start on the book. And it makes more sense that when it loops, when you see it the second time round, it's like going into the book, through the world, then back into the book, which makes the sort of your head make the story of these two worlds which don't really fit aesthetically. The loop makes them fit aesthetically, and your brain starts making little stories from that, I think, which is really interesting. So that's that. As I said, I'm Boy Wonder. Follow me, not down the street, or unless you've got a sandwich. And there's an affiliate link. I'll put that somewhere down below. And if you want to try Krea, I'll get a tiny bit of money, and you know, it won't buy me a car, but it might buy me a sandwich. Nice one. I'll see you soon. Thanks for watching and listening. Hope you've enjoyed it. I'll be back with something like this in the near future. See you then. Bye.